Welcome back, everyone. We're diving into something a little different this time. It's called Project Fireworks, and it's the first chapter of this whole bigger story about anarchy. And I gotta say, it's intense. It reads like an action movie, seriously. And we're gonna go through this whole thing, start to finish, pick out some interesting stuff as we go.
Yeah. I think the way this story mixes like real world problems with made up storytelling is really cool. You'll see what I mean. It'll make you think, for sure.
Definitely.
So the first scene, it's at this amusement park. We see the Anarchons there, just causing chaos, like total mayhem. It's this like powerful image of young people rebelling.
Totally. It sets the mood for the whole chapter for sure. And amidst all this chaos, we meet Jade. She's a teenager, and she's obviously drawn to the Anarchons, this group. She seems excited, but also a little nervous about what they're up to.
Right, Jade, she's a fascinating character. She shows that struggle, between like young idealism and the possible like consequences of rebellion when it goes too far. And then there's Gokul. He's her friend, and he's worried about her, clearly.
Yeah, Gokul is like the voice of reason. He's trying to get Jade away from all this, but when he tries to call for help, Jade's friends, they catch him and smash his phone. That's when it hits you. These kids, they're not just messing around. This is serious.
Yeah, the crushed phone, that's a powerful image.
We cut to this beach bar, and that's where we meet the city commandos for the first time.
Oh, yeah, the city commandos. They're this elite force. Like, their job is to keep things under control in this world that feels so out of control. They're, like, super trained, disciplined, and they've got all this high-tech gear.
They're like a mix between, like, a SWAT team and some futuristic police force. And in this scene, they're dealing with this kid, Taz. He's underage, drinking, making trouble.
It's interesting, right? You have this like super elite force, and they're dealing with what seems like a pretty small offense. It makes you wonder about how much control there is in this society.
Exactly. Okay, but can we talk about Danger for a sec?
Yes.
That entrance, I love how he just appears out of nowhere, all business.
Yeah.
Takes down Taz for underage drinking and vandalism.
But yeah, he comes across as this competent, no-nonsense guy.
Yeah.
But I thought it was interesting, too. There's a hint of compassion.
Yes.
Like when he unlocks Taz's handcuffs at the end.
Yes, I saw that, too.
Yeah.
It's like he genuinely wanted to give him a chance to make better choices.
Right.
What about the other commandos, though? I don't know if you picked up on this. Their little digs about Danger getting all the credit.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. That sets up some really interesting team dynamics, like maybe some jealousy simmering under the surface there.
Okay, and then things get really interesting. Gokul bursts in, right? He's desperate to get help for Jade, and he drops this bomb about Project Fireworks. Gokul tells the commandos about the Anarchons, and he mentions something about fireworks. That gets their attention. This is our first clue about Project Fireworks, but we still don't know what it is. It's a mystery.
It's a great way to tell the story, You get a little piece of information, but it just creates more questions. It keeps you guessing, keeps the commandos on edge, and us too.
And then off they go to Flipper's Point. Right. They get to Flipper's Point, this creepy, abandoned building. There are signs that people have been squatting there, which makes it even creepier.
The author really paints a picture with the setting, It creates this sense of anticipation and unease. You can almost feel the tension building as the commandos search the building.
And there's this funny moment, too. Angel, one of the commandos, she jokes about how she loves exploring abandoned buildings. It's like a little break from the tension. But then they reach the top floor, and things change. The roof is destroyed. They have to climb to get to the top.
And that's when the story takes a darker turn. They walked right into a trap, and someone planned it all out. Someone's been watching them, like every step of the way.
Yeah, and now the question is, can they get out of this? What's really cool here is how Danger reacts. He doesn't freak out. He just, switches into strategy mode, tells everyone to gear up, get ready to fight.
His leadership, it's something else. He's, super strict, very disciplined, but then he also has these moments of, empathy, especially with Taz,
Right. Taz still thinks this whole thing's just a test, to become a commando. But the danger is real, and the commandos, they're racing against the clock now.
It's interesting, the author balances those action sequences with these quieter character moments.
Yes.
You get that rush, and then they kind of pull you back in with these details, and they reveal so much about these people.
Totally. Like that scene with Angel and Taz on the rooftop.
Oh, yeah.
Doing push-ups.
Yeah.
On the surface, it's just this silly competition, but there's all this tension, too, simmering there.
Oh, totally. Taz's resentment towards the commandos. It's palpable.
Mm-hmm.
And then Angel, she's kind of taunting him a little, but there's this playful energy, makes you wonder, could they have been friends under different circumstances?
Right. Has a whole other layer to their relationship.
And then, boom, they walk right into an ambush at Flipper's Point.
Oh, talk about a gut punch.
Yeah.
Their guns malfunction, they're trapped inside, and it's clear they underestimated the Anarchons. Big time.
Oh, yeah, by a lot. And I love how the author just ramps up that suspense. Like, you can feel that confusion.
Yes.
And just this growing dread.
Yeah.
Oh, no, we're in over our heads.
We are. And the fight scene, pure adrenaline.
So good.
Danger, he's dodging bullets, leaping over railings, even climbing the side of the building. I'm like, this is like an action movie.
It's so well written, so visceral. You can feel the desperation
Yes.
as they're fighting their way out. And then, oh, that moment of revelation.
Yes.
When Danger realizes the explosives are hidden in the walls.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and he yells, Project Fireworks!
Yeah.
It's like that aha moment for both him and the reader. Like, all the pieces click into place.
Yes. And it raises the stakes, too, right?
It does.
Like, suddenly, it's not just stopping some kids from vandalizing, it's preventing a full-blown disaster.
Right.
Which makes Angel's death. Man, I'm still not over it.
Backup is still MIA, so Danger makes another quick decision. They have to jump into the river, even though it's not that deep. It's their only shot. It's a huge risk, like a total leap of faith. And as they jump, one by one, you wonder, are they all going to make it?
The whole escape is so intense.
But then, just when you think they might actually get away, there's this twist. It's awful.
Angel gets shot.
You see her blood in the water, and it's clear she didn't make it.
It's really sad.
And the author, I think, did a fantastic job of making you care about these characters.
Yes.
And then just rip your heart out.
I know.
One minute she's confident, she's cracking jokes, and the next she's gone. It's brutal, and the story doesn't sugarcoat it. And then things calm down, and we see what's left after the explosion. They caught the Anarchons, but it feels like it's not over, not even close.
Yeah, that thread of anarchy, it's still out there. And then there's Taz. He's gone from being this troubled kid caught in the middle of everything to, well, someone with his own agenda. His transformation is fascinating.
Yeah, that phone call at the end changes everything. We realize he's not just a pawn, he's making his own moves.
He's driven by this need for justice, maybe even revenge.
Remember how angry he was at the Commandos for arresting him?
Yeah, he felt like they targeted him while the real criminals got away.
Yeah.
It's like that feeling of being wronged, of being ignored by the system that's fueling him now. And that last scene with the auto rickshaw driver using his Anarchon mask to avoid a traffic ticket.
Ooh, man.
Genius.
It's genius, but it's also terrifying. Shows how their influence has seeped into everyday life. It's a reminder that the Anarchons aren't just a group. They're an ideology.
Yeah, the story's clever about that. We get glimpses of their ideology, but their true motivations are still a mystery. We've got conspiracies, moral dilemmas, and that feeling that things are far from over.
Oh, yeah. The author is good at that, resolving the immediate threat, but you're like with this unease.
Like the calm after the storm, but you know another storm's brewing. How about Danger's escape from that building?
Oh.
That was masterful. I mean, the way he used his environment, you know, thinking on his feet, leaping over railings, grabbing that handrail, even finding those tiny crevices to climb.
Yeah, it really showcases his strategic mind.
Yeah.
You know, his resourcefulness.
It's like he's playing chess while everybody else is playing checkers. I have to admit, I'm hooked. I need to know what happens next.
Me too.
Project Fireworks, it's been a wild ride. We've seen action, conspiracies, characters making tough choices. Well, that about wraps up our deep dive into Project Fireworks. Thanks for joining us on this journey. Keep exploring, keep asking questions, and keep diving deep.